boy dear a soko. Ghana for you now, yes it was so. Ghana for yes it was so. If you see that I do it, tell them say. Ghana for you now say. Now miss you and I know. Hey Dr. Bamia, hey. My body and my fro. Hey. One district, one factory. No crew. Free education better Ghana. Economy na sesa. Inti abwa yehu. Yes I did for yes. Bekana now. No I change. Oh my Ghana. Oh nana. Oh yes more nana. Free education abwa ye. Oh yes more. Electricity no sujina so. Oh yes more. Quite papa be an anaye. Ask you for any juma ye. Feel seen and I do it. Promise. Tell I'm say. I do promise. Gonna for you now say. Now miss you and I know. Yeah, dear one who know dear. Oh yes more. Leadership skills and knowledge na nani. Oh yes more. Nana jam funu de be kana what ye. Oh yes more. Nana do fatagana. Say fati fata ukoma. Coronavirus in Baye. Ghana ya shana na doa. Yeah, by Judy Kayawu. Oh yes more. Nana pia phone you say. Oh yes more. Nana doctors, teachers and nurses. Oh yes more. Nana friends in the high school phone you say. Oh yes more. Nana inti abwa ye ho. Yes I did for yes. Now, no I change. Oh my God, now. Oh nana. Oh yes, more nana. Free education, na boy. Oh yes, more nana. Electricity, big shout out to them. I want to me. If you see nana do it, tell them say. Gonna for you now say. Now miss you and I know. Ghana, oh nana. Oh yes, more. God bless lawyer John Kuma. John Boju, Wanabo Kennedy Japan, Patricia Piaget, so Pahima, Samia Kuasa, Dr. Francis Adomako, Papa Yawasarubidiako Joe, Nana B, Lady Blade, Lawyer Justice Frimpon Kodia, Wanabo St. James Sabus. See you. Oh, yes, more, Nana.
Welcome to Npp Uk Hour. And then your program a Npp Hour. Between Mr. Kingsley Doom Atta at Japan, popularly known as Ofake. Ofake, wait a long time.
Kula no kra say eja mo siesie high for na moko di loto bia na mo jera mo kan kire
ya hemo ni wa obi aba
yaba no kra say a long time ya da mo sese mo so mo timi afre ya ma timi aba.
Thank you.
Mini nua ene ye bedi nkomo ye ne Ghana for be kasa say ne wa woni mu no
na ye wo Mr. Roy Entry Mr. Roy Entry so part of the Npp UK communication teams.
Yo kula we dey me da say yes we charity fu nyina say ene Sunday nwumre almost wanya akwanya almost utie yes we da Omega House Live TV say almost aboy amaya this platform say yenka nanado ene MPP government ye achievement so far ene the nyame adom ne say odisa imminent victory esamaya yaban ebitimi asaye aboa Ghana na yetimi transforming Ghana into the next phase.
Thank you. Now, Ofake, and we'll be looking at the 4 areas of MPP manifestos. I mean, 3 areas with a 4th one, which is specially for you. You can say Rebecca Nwasem. Now, first one, we will be talking about health. Very health, in terms of what has been achieved so far, and in 2016, the promise made. Then we'll be looking at transport as well. Now, for agriculture and rural development. Now, face on Mama statement or recently about Deba of Ashama, Divisional Council and Tribal Chiefs in some Kakra or Kakan. Honor also who response be a person of the man. Now, answer because Sano many in Arsenal. I understand one our vice chairman for second vice chairman for Npp UK. Who will be the Kakra and Sana, Yabesha Asiana.
Yo kula mame enawase na menchia yenuanum a ene omu agimre na omu nyina ete omu sofa mu na omu ne edi nkita ho ayamanije se ne yenyina nso yehia sese yetimi etoto yano kakra na yehwe ekwan ben na yebetimi aboa ama 2020 election etimi edimu na nyankopon ya adumu a MPP adwuma ayaye Ghana for besan ahwe na omu atoaye so na ye dikan mamenchia ye chairman kokun cancer pani adwuma awo ye efisien ye ba power yi as executives it wasn't a bit easy for us right from the beginning, you know, na ye wo ifie ni manketing bia na ekutia ye kakra, but thankfully if you look at how I let me pull yourself through ne baby I idea baby draw utumu se etoasum sisi amene ka say ye chairman of Ghana kokun cancer pani na ye first vice so Jojo Blankson ono so na mene nyina na Ghana na ye bae ono so sisi ai ye san plan ne akona MC Jamal lockdown ikra so esan bai mamentia all the executive, which is the branch executives, and then also the whole of the chapter executives. Now, mami baako ho a the bia baby amekobia me bom modern say ono de sese me yi ne kire. Your friend Nora Abu Tiate. Na ono no wo Aberdeen. Chese otumu say Scotland. Ho na ono susu di ne dwuma na oba basia wo hwe MPP record and history of UK a free Eura friend saying yenu opinion or die odi kan die ano Roy Mamidino Miru Africa kra your first chairman BH Mensa, right?
Yeah, JH Mensa.
JH Mensa, yes. JH Mensa. Na ene Eura friend saying Amprechu and the High Commissioner and I say ambassador to the United States and then Chama Tekrufi and then Chama Maklansa and then Chama Kokun Kansa Pani. Now there is one thing I'm say me can't efa Chama Atekrufi. If it's a Roy Bidima dance here because then I buy and I catch say Roy he is a pioneer.
Yeah.
Na wadi ade ne chiache. If we say chama
idea share wadi actually acha. Wadi actually for prepare who say eh da ben. For example, Ebisa ana adesa. E for living.
O de edu wa ono abe kanasem. Edu wa ono abe kanasem.
Maybe 20 years, 30 years.
Oh, Roy was wadi abe wadi 60. This is very 60.
All my life, you
in all his life. And MPP Hour ya ne eda afidie nso ya obi a hwa say MPP Hour ye no kure say ampa Chama Tekrufi na ehya ase na or the Roy used to be a host Chama Tekrufi Mr. Eric Adimai first vice chairman Mr. Fundankwa Mame Susan Akomia Kofi Tottenham and Peter Njubosiakon. And then you are Alex Owusu-Boakye. You see, the names are
even some came
very powerful. And starting from WBLS, Sammy K. And that history is what we, these new executives, is what attacking to say. There will be a massive vision, you know, and that. And in tears, I see it me come back. I have Sankofa. Now you the back and yet me who say. And for you to me as Sadi and Mukina, am I the Akoyenim. And the nay, Mamin to Chema era. Chairman Atekrufi for Juma Power yeah and ne and nam so aye mu binum kra ye same fata na yetimi WW so on the whole branch ni chairman wo mama bo mu di chairman for omodi MPP UK branch no enim eti ewie ho na me de asedan so kese ma the whole chapter executives no ne omo chairman ne chairpersons na me ka wo masem no na omo so adwuma kese a omo ya omo de aso yasene ama ne ya me no kase sisi ya Ghana for ye wo UK ha e wo MPP UK mu dodo na e wo ye friend say Ghana omo eboa ye youth organizer e wo Ghana sisi ya me no kase youth Jesus a friend Richard Jemfi Uko yen organizer so Richmond Boating. He has been all over the place in adopted about 20 constituencies a year MPP UK na adopted say etimi ahwe wo aso masene amaya disease na orphan constituencies like okay the margin na e be a cry winning but we want to maintain the seat and na the lose yes so margin a bit lower close into and so aggressive say a person is not different NDC for them. And to me, no can say there are so many people on the field that are Ghana, youth women organizer. Youth organizer Mabuni and I am a Michelle Che, or also need a women organizer and Juma all year and now we are call Ghana a call registration. You use them in San Crastel like including that's all. Yes, and call it to me ban and we maba say maybe Boame Honamasayako. They actually acquire but omo nyina wo de omo agim ene omo a omo pese omo beko lockdown we higher kakra but me not sure how I betimi working him out. I believe that there might be a way. So many people are on standby and we are going to Ghana to help.
And the producer so abo video no answer na what say in terms of
Martin
first video no
about kese e de ma MPP fo a omo aboa ama ya soma bre e dey abedru samre away because a binum simu MPP UK ache. MPP was formed in the United Kingdom that the time when time no agitation no e push say rolling them call and democracy because that time no compare
time
military rule.
You're talking about and now do you think say you have made some progress and differences?
Oh yes, MPP there. If you look at how
okay.
Duma.
Remember our pursue straight because next time we have time.
Okay, that's fine.
Maybe 2014, 2015, 2016. Ghana memu. Akopem say e mebu no pempem ana wo mo awie school pon eti eku a woto ni din Unemployed Graduate Association. Omampani ana ote so no. Yebisa anu a o say.
Oh yeah. Yes
there's no magic to put money into people's pockets. If education sector is churning out graduates and people who do not have the skills that business and industry is demanding, then they cannot find jobs.
Just look for a cutlass or a sickle, cut the grasses, put in a sack, put it by the wayside for people who breed animals. Every single day you do that, somebody will come and buy. Go into the bush. Every stone you find, just lift them, put in the bucket, come and pour it there. Every day do that for 1 month. You will have 2 trays or 3 trays of stone. You don't need any skill to do that.
And these are the creation of the government.
Yes.
Ghana Kai, Ghana remembers. And more being found for and no quiet.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Wait. Thank you, producer, for the video. Now, we share in 2016, the coming elections. Yeah, the promise made in 2016, and what you have achieved so far to data. No man overcome.
Kula, you know, as a matter of fact, election way and Meka say this election, is about competent Akufo-Addo versus incompetent John Dramani Mahama, and then maturity versus immaturity, and compassion versus chaos, and then savior versus destroyer. Now, if you look at how our MPP as he perform, the 2020 election year, then puna ya babu drew sa baby ya drew, and no nama metuni dize sa competent versus incompetence of John Dramani Mahama. Now, I didn't know mama kasa. So we share ɔman a yɛtim sisi wɔ United Kingdom ha kula mpanimfoɔ bi ɛna ɛkyekyere ɔman wei mpanimfoɔ a sɛbi mprɛduasa wɔn adwene mu ɛbɔ bew na wɔn tena ase titititititi ehu sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ yɛtimi make sure sɛ yɛn daakye nkyirima abrabɔ ɛyɛdɛn ebisi yie so when you are looking at this particular point na nea wohia ne sɛ ɛsɛ sɛ wotumi hu sɛ mpanimfoɔ na ɛdi animu ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana mu no ɛsɛ sɛ wɔn yɛ animdiefoɔ mekae paa sɛ mmerɛ bi yɛma mpanin right now Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ɔbɛyɛ program bi wɔ kurom hanom na ɛyɛ BBC foɔ ɛna invited that time now a flag bearer and yɛn nyinaa yɛnya opportunity to say a course our program ni bi the BBC was asking a question say that was about the program when we invited the top people of Africa and happened to be say Ghana and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo na representing Ghana. Now the question was that is Africa reinventing democracy? And there was a question about up and omubisa say na adentina we share the Western world now we share your friend saying Africa Western world leadership is growing younger and then Africa's leadership is growing older. Like say mudi o mine and that time was when na Obama na etia konya so now we heard the time when Tony Blair num ni David Cameron num any ade now share yenzo ye age na baby a kofa yanenti that question was say adentina leadership na Western world no echo higher which is say enyini abam na eba from I mean echo higher or Western world na eba from echo higher Africa and echo from Western world. And in fact, the question that came, now interesting. But me person, even though that day no me answer question be but me person me de kafa ho ne say because of say yenya mpanimfo na onwa dwemu do wo efie nyansa sabio na wo yemfa ne say great omabobra no wo nimdie what you say knowledge and the experience in life and also the skills are as I say etimi krampo ade ye adwuma ene kwan e fa so ade bu oman enti sankofo no ye adwuma invest so seriously into the systems and now no send e be ya e betimi ya generate a bit of ease ade ama the younger generation na man ne omo ba ade enti na say Obama na say David Cameron na say Tony Blair etimi bu oman obra wo ye younger person sisi amene wo kasa sisi bibi betuma si e wo kromu anu e wo Birmingham all right and say Tony Blair na say a younger age like maybe Roy and a prime minister of Krumhanma or touch button keke on the table no so or Downing Street as I say pull the whole Birmingham live not only the pictures but live recordings of what is happening there about the table no so oh baby on say onya ministers na osoma say yenko ansa na obi akọ no the information naba and that is the thinking they put in at the time. And right now, I know Kasano. Baby, I did a man about the Bruno. Here say, yeah, if you look at your record and history, if you come and chromatam Nima or Dibua Kwemuni, how no person was show my Ghana could do, and I am lucky then military coup upon military coup and all these come up, and then now then the 1992 near the Babu Drew Samreno. Still, you're carefully because you're in your consistency of building our nation. In the amount that gap, as I see a feeling, how do we feel it? Ghana need to have a kind of leadership, and yet very matured leadership, a what tima leadership, a what kind of abrabobi and panankasakra as a person, what bo the life and then the track record say or junior my Ghana now to me a D and in my me say come back. Not sanko fat is any kind. Yes, she said. Ade ba bedrum pempenso a afei na efesi ye wie ne yekoye nim ne asese ne yi ampa ade se ne Nana Addo ka se Ghana beyond aid na yetimi de ahomabo yeyem ye pini yetirim na ye nyina ye sacrifice kakra na yetimi ye adwuma den eboa se ampa ye pese ye titire ye man Ghana na wo kula wonka se oh ade na Ghana betima ya mame ba wo ka se ade na me metima ye de mame man Ghana. That is where Nana Addo and this election now make us a competence and then incompetence, because John Dramani Mahama, the former president, Yewura Mahama, Drew Babino, why Jumano, every assemblyman, at the Aqua Kodruso Okoye, president, a caretaker, then the president, every single record away system, John Dramani Mahama breaking, and son of the president. And now why Jumani in Bia Mayahunu, and now who share on one Casane constituency, Granado Danko Kufuado Nemano, ambulance. Just last year, and to want me and to ambulance in Poo, and farm ma or no one can constituency a boy bamboy. If that is the case, dear, then you're not as a make here, and correct, say ampa competence and then incompetency, and a yet say a stake, and I would back a formula, a baba maturity versus immaturity, because why? Nanado Danko Kufuado, you're one to a mum. Don't forget, say Nanado, ne papa no way on mampani pen. And otine papa na so kra na that time no and 4 year meetings no money ade utumu se ni nyina na ekoni team ti say ka say ye po bi ode ne nkwala abrem e na anyini abedru said there be baby ya dro niam am hunu ye no. I want to tap into those records and bring something back to the country. Nobody can surpass that man.
People will be our question instead the TFO we say, are you saying say Obi a yan to such family, no, they can't be a leader.
Exactly the point. It was a medical our example say, a year a home family. It is a year, maybe no me and then be as I way, may call programs are metaka. And I don't shy away of saying it. Ghana and I was here, maybe no me no cooler. We are corrupt. Ya jinimu nyese bia ya kronfo but ya jinimu ya nhiheyemu ya nsusuyemu da bia niama ya jine no enye the right one. So we need people who have that kind of systems bia register wo mum nipadua mu na onhia kra so okotro bibi ansa na odi bibia brain, because he is conceived with ideas, experience and knowledge, the vision of how I say it me build it of my Ghana. And it's not because of say Sebio obi ya ngono wo ahimfie anase when your opportunity amaya ngono wo say fie obi it won't mean your president, but at this particular crucial time no ye obi a was such an experience as what me lead yen na eno mo draw lines am yes say institutions yetimi etoto niam yie se na ebe ya ebema enkwala na be frechira aba no say yo ebi a sabusuani bi mo ya ngo sabusuani bi mo no ya sese niam na to ho ama se ampa se wo ba afa wo ba nya nyina so bi na bi agina so na watimi de a lady am yetimi akoyanim. It takes sacrifice, and I'm telling you the team that is working with Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo right now, for me personally, who be samia the America only say team way perfect for Ghana. Why? Because only John Dramani Mahama your man penny that ebegina ho sisi ya na wo hwe na chi say enipa no a because ye beto aba ye nhwe nipa na ye de na ba begina ho no pese say eye Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo anazo say ye man penny that John Dramani Mahama. Now you look at the background of the person who is going to stand say yento abama no enyo no na bebu o man no because oni nkofo bi na bebu o. Are you telling me say ye baba beto aba wo ye wie ama Sami Jamfi aba be either ye information minister and also say communication minister? No, because experience in a way, and those are the people that are aligned for say Ombabedi former president John Dramani Mahama okuja to Blackwa. Personally, I don't think he's fit to be say unless you was here. I guarantee you say if say Kenya Pamu say MPP kwa kuluzua okuja to Blackwa is legitimate and he is going to be meba honorable okuja to Blackwa. Thanks for correcting me on that. And Oba be a substantive education minister. What's the record? Even the one who was Minister of Education, the flag bearer, the running mate to the flag bearer. Onu kwa den o timi ye onu anu odi animu. Now she okuja to Blackwa record of how I was here anante. Now ko check it. Now she education minister, ye kofa transport minister. Why no check it? Would you check it John Dramani Mahama? And the crowd make a chono. And the panel na AD John Dramani Mahama China ye do omu ebano. Obi ti say kwakubu ahenum, obi ti say delay denum. Omu na omu kasa was our radio ni TV so no. Sankofo na na ye be beto aba wo ye wie amoyemo minister.
Roy so obi bi ka o.
Yes. Eti me de manu si o quick one no. Ni America ne say ye hwe nipa nom mienu na omu gina ho no. Me that is how I'm appealing to everybody who is listening to me today. Say COVID enya agrodie. This election is about kwala omo baba betitire o my Ghana. It's about their future. It's about how it's so my Ghana timi fa na ntuma pa efra. Enye sa agrodie John Dramani Mahama ne ho ofe wo so wa wo yetietia anase menene mienu na efri boy bamboy and we am tribe of free northern region. And yes, high election ni bi ne yeba beto this time. We are going to vote based on evidence and the quality that each and every one of these two have shown. Say ampa me a leader on kasabasa leader or wabutre leader ni nimdiye ko nkansa asembe to hono mu a wotenase esusu konachi eba ansakra na obekasa wo ho no na wo musa ampa masama meka no it makes sense sabi but enye leader sabi o enti akoye niam mienu ayete say okra ene kraman leadership na do danko akufo ado ye okra asem ni bubu na eba wotenase na wo bu na nichie na wahwe. How do I assess the situation and how do I move? What are the measures I say me take and sana makasa? And then John Dramani Mahama, the former president, Susuba, onona dani sabio seven previousa. Or to say kramai diano, or only the enemy say, Assembly fiti kotia kwa manachino was starting no post wo. That is what we are seeing in our social media everywhere we go. We don't want such leadership. We want leadership that can sit down and think for the next generation.
Right. Okay, some of Kanem said the titi nyane say. You run another down Kokufodo. Say sha you be our one who see right from say the background, which is baby a wound, the family a wound too, and they say one tonight also now play a very vital role in introducing democracy into our country. Kumi preku days, Obuama multi-party democracy system, SR restore our Ghana, and my that stability no, all the way till Sekra said 2012, ye to aba sebi a kind of stolen verdict, a copy of Supreme Court in Yano. Wampaba and Ninano also built this man up and said of a cake. Nipa way said that this juncture now a damn washing Sunday also say Ghana and Benyam. Everywhere you turn, you Ghana, Minoka say something like COVID-19. UK way, yeah, Abani who bottom of the Krashima. There be different rules. I mean, even government officials don't even remember what rules there are or there is not. Our government have managed to be able to bring down our active cases as low as less than 100 active cases. We need that leadership, that forthrightness now, and need the clarity of thought or to meet the issues. And yeah, okay, no, Dramani Mahama, which is Siasha COVID-19 by or sitting in fact students in free China. It's like he did not even understand the thing about the pandemics, which is also continue, I don't know. Uchinchina and everything bia mekai Ghana see near track una this track my World Bank. There be so many things are I'm say open decisions so making
about health. Inti young added to it. Say Obetima can be actually audience. What the NPP promised Ghanaians in 2016 in terms of our health service and what they have achieved so far.
Yes. You know, let me make a call. I mean, so many things are a bar along the way. You NDC for when you say now as input crano living crisis about Nigeria, Chinchina yeah, shit and out of down go follow say something. But they actually don't even realize a diplomatic what I say, and it's a minefield. Sometimes you need a leader like the Nadu Kudago or what that stability, bet me carry the nation on his shoulders and take us through these turbulent times. And this is what we're seeing. And so Usam question say about your health policy. Your promise as far back as 2016. I'm say your government, which is New Patriotic Government, party government, the first time about power was 2001. And so called the WHO website, almost all the health policies are the WHO. What about Ghana now? I would say there's about 80% of them was carved in an MPP government era, which is between 2001 and 2007. What I say, and apart from that, national health policy. Nkosa kedipa. Nanka a bit me boama ye national health insurance scheme ye wo. Natama iwa do John Jikum Kufo edibaye say anka oman no ebit ma benefit ye wo kuma if be NHS. NHS no me sabi we ska we den nas for we area at least NHS be show free unless we scan up so to for private you are at liberty to do so. In no more America obedia dance here. If America need be the first thing that they think about is insurance. Because offer ambulance crash sometimes it costs you something within the range of $99 to $1,000, and this is something yet to mean teacher or my you say a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. It's the NPP government a share back in the day a car say yemwana yenye health insurance to us the beya or nipano and yet da a semi betono semi da nida or betwash no and a sebi or be running to hospital because just a cash and carry me to win. When who by example 1992 means anything. Ebui no school ye ase a year na agra na mse me free na me say fe to fa ho me ko drew kofonochi boss me no ka say ene 2 Ghana cedis that's 2000 that time in 2000 doctors they say wo be POP cast no amame cast no that time na mabusu afo sike ni cry 18 that's 1 cedi 80 pesos me come as 1 cedi 80 pesos dey share me cast no almost say enya 20 na amade a me nsa no dey be baby anya na ye next back a prompt say okay they say enya basa it just said that's 20 pesos no se munya amade a me nchire papa bi wo alaba that time so ni alaba na you said me call alaba and ye me sa baba gida na chire me sa that was me was the very first
line where your sister scanner
yes papa ne ba no was the first patient papa ne ba
opposite our house
o to for us that no abechi it we there and be na maka be say
so on the why said draw na che on Ghana footballers in crowd no
what I say and papa ne ba no I was the first patient that he treated on that day which is say na papa no was very old and frail and on hand over me te ho na papa ne te ho papa ne twi me say we no dem man ne ba no na ne ba ne treat and this is example of that cash and carry system na e wo man ma NPP government came to eradicate now all along no ye promises say ye ba we started off as a mutual scheme and then by say ba strengthen no near make sure say e be mainstay even medicine for ba so be promises something called one time one time premium between you and I insurance being who we are here utia once won't be in car insurance every year because there are variables within affecting this premium calculation. But se utimi eka be promise because se wa fa Ghana for nwa se wo dream se Ghana for the asama be kebia no and na the big kike na say na Ghana for the change no. You didn't put any thought in that and you promised that and you stood on lies and propaganda just to come to power. Oba so went to me and they can say no. The Biamodi health insurance na kodru no ye ba as a government no ye beye na yatimi atrim na ya boa na revival that a health insurance. And no ka saying you buy one of the first things I hear and they said you digitize say a national health insurance whereby say first you have to go to the offices pay bribe or find a guru man now be a queue na say for no renew insurance a year which you know sky you as we saying right now you can sit at the comfort of your home and renew that health insurance scheme or we go for be by a friend capitation you buy say be capitation because capitation what is it say okay, instead say anka amafo be process claims no double claims number no. Most there be every patient there you try work with it so whereby that patient say oba afinidru and I say that period which is in business term we can be a period needness nipa no ebe wa ma your minimum cap amount already you be to tell per credit so and more dey mon crop for that capitation buy e ma amount for elusu wo mo life so much e wo baby am dey capitation grant which was Ashanti region. And you share Ghana so Ashanti region is the second most populous, which is the most densely populated you can say region in Ghana. Na sadi we share the nuanuma say be hono wo share hoye say obia fini krom eba etubata pa be adwuma ho. Na wo sadi we eba ho went me anko pilot baby. Na eba they say no ye pa na nyankopɔ ya do mitimi abanwa na ye pa sa capitation be ye free ho na make sure say all these health institutions now we treat patients we modi omusika etua for these premiums you betimi make sure so we serve the patients as it is you ba betrem you buy no obusa obia organ na ya health insurance scheme health insurance card is seamless hospital ye show and as say or say ye joe card, you also card where you share now a draw what you mount and all the way up to secondary healthcare. Me no can say NDC for buyer Mahama aqua round there who say Ghana for sebi me farm 2008 me farm 2012 until this time round me say baba promise hugely but me buy after all me buy no man so I didn't never it was say obaba promise something called free primary healthcare me primary healthcare umo UK high free BB GP any of primary healthcare which is say any kind of it's a to ya rebi to nurse for now call GP ho as your family doctor and whatever. The kind of services that they provide is what we call primary.
For 2020, NDC are promising free primary.
Yes. Name yes, quite so be man to man. No, they what TDD. Say any payer or buy ya or da ye beji abenya unya ya. Was say regional and check say and yet possible. As a decapitation by a man, millions of people who ye say free maternal health care mono. I mean, you say you offer for my woman within the 2000, which is the generation. We can say generation X or Z for no. Your woman from 2000, bano. Woman na experience. Woman minimum experience. Say free maternal health care. Whereby na owa ye dey. Woman me shini free or coffee free. As an war a crowd of seven you. Who can be biya bayafa. Nina NDC for by umutwem. Right now, ye buy ye sign reinstate sanyama wing na. Me no can say you are at the danko for the yire. Rebecca Kufuado, where okay G, Obi onim G, Rebecca Momenti said they or maternity block be honma, a see emergency nechi. Sa block on see over 40 years now, derelict. In a real Kufuado buy and that on the health ministry, while Bassa Yemivampo, sa or by we have so many healthcare facilities dotted around, I will say across the country. You know, NDC for actually be an friend green book. Omudi nyama di shema na enye no crime because sometimes the Ghana no feel say o can say na no aswa ka to because they operate on propaganda obi anko green book ni mu say nyina so far na ye bae ye audit some of these hospitals o claim say no masi say no musi e no anu kumusa ye si chief scott pan ye si we so kosha na eni ho and so na we na make say you drama ni mama so I promise free primary healthcare. Don't we think say another gimmick, another scam? Opesa oba don't be why so desperate so person nya abenwa ntino yentoma no ultimately akonye ntino opesa promise something as big as this primary healthcare me sure say na ya we say he is not going to conjure anything out of the sky but rather no NDC4 as we know them no on fa won say obetime increase or premium as in health insurance na wutua 50 Ghana cedis a year no on far once we now ramping up to be a 200 Ghana cedis. Send a baby say in exchange me free primary health care. What about say the people that end up not needing it? That means say you've done them out of words. What for two change? And signing my way and you say NDC. Debia I say I feel why so desperate say they want to even promise us the air we breathe. Just to get power and power now. And sometimes me you also as any market say we are Dramani Bahama or promising no. The sad thing is say he only has 4 years. So these are fresh new policies that he's proposing. But yeah, we are not for the error. Why nyama we no was started or say we here 4 more years to do more. Which is said he's building on the foundation that he's actually providing. It is said you Dramani Bahama 80 million legacy be building on. Next, our promising fresh new ideas, which we all know, the policies don't take 2, 3, 4 years to mature, but probably beyond 4, 5 years to mature now. How is he going to see these policies through? It is a question of background to my head. You see, it can't was waiting. Now, we go back to something we call COVID-19, which is pandemic. Okoka, you don't know anything for Becca say, oh, you're a Mahama, Ebola time. Where you're there, Pamacho. It must be noted, say, COVID-19 and Ebola are 2 different pandemics. Ebola, the world was, well, at least the world was watching. The WHO took over. The WHO took over, and yes, the WHO took over, and they were running the affairs of, coordinating the affairs of Ebola pandemic. It is a much the whole Africa, Omuma say, okay, you say the Africa, I was a Ghana, a center, now you treat your man for. And now, take you over, now your mom baby. But this time one, COVID-19, no, everyone is fending for themselves. Obia is on their own. And all the WHO is expecting from you, they say, you have to maintain a regular reporting regime. So na be ya obetimi ade calculate global numbers. No obetimi there obetimi treaty say yare. And what have we achieved as a government? Say sadi we have about to equem na government all born modern kuku America, Italy, we saw them Spain. Epokoma UK yes sir and so mu say call the second wave of lockdown because the infection rate na start rising. Na ye hwe yira adodam kwakufuado tikese a osuda ye pa esa wi a say etimi bo ade na woti
nurses training allowance so can be kakra ho
medina be shimpacho etimi na ono wotimi hwe ye na wotimi manage your affairs wotimi manage your baba up to now na Ghana kind of say prevalence rate in the echo low. Now your active cases right now under 100. Not just say that and what's the Benjamin. And you then say yes, you then you say what me am I this leader said what him back ebeboa or my Ghana na or my Ghana 18 year e fa na tuma pefra nanka ayare a ebo amaya kese a etutu mu hwe ye na Ghana 18 pa from pefra. Apart from that no ye who say ye nuanum NDC for the embarked on a policy whereby na they began to strip certain privileges, which is say, you know, nursing training, any teacher training as a phone. You want to say no, this car money until those microphones allowances no, and obey and they actually cancelled it. And I can say no, Obia or couple sec, and also Obia or these training colleges no. I can say Juma. You need to motivate people. Say be ya we compassion levels no be control. Now ometimi ayi omo yemasua adwuma na emo ba feel that ometimi ahwe like I already said no, a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. Na say ontimi motivate san krofo we na say nuanom nkuma we mu ebo mutimi nko school no na omutimi nkosua de no mo ma feel ma menya compassion ma ye nuanom ne ye ma me no ma omo yare komani ma. Na ye no koya na buy. Na da ko for buy the first year and now restored the nursing training hours. And then no ka say I would say this government, me no can say in praying as it say 29th October, which was Friday, wasn't it? 29th October, no, Ministry of Health SI issue another memo say you recruited 22,063 health professionals, and you say the breakdown here: pharmacy and pharmacy doctors 300, allied health professionals 3,456. And I told woman qualify 2018 nursing training for which is woman. My mama try one more other ones more now mudia bubunya benina umuye 2018 no some microphones 18,307 and almost on top of that, this is not the first time I was health recruitment over successive years, which is 2018 2019 up to now. Right now me no can say health no apomodino and yet say apomodino can be a friend health care because a system you cannot just thrive alone on what means hospital now hospital in Saudi Payari Debbie. You need the professionals na any ehun akadi. Obetimi dey MPP so buy and wetin ahye kina ama e say no me ka say obi bi ayare say yente sa say bi so bi fa from say me pa cho me koye operation ti me hia taku me hia se boa say sa na me nyina anu abrase and then me ka say no ma me ka ba ko we dey me video no say ye free bi accident say unam motor accident, especially ye chrome dey say motor accident is something that affects people of all walks of life. And sanima we ye kwan so any ye kwan so jodre bia ye bo hu de wu nasefo no sebi motor accident mi see highway na nipa ye konya se nipa se you say tabi ya se nipa ego bottom de ne ko se nyina no sanima nya because ye national ambulance service national ambulance system national ambulance service e wo no ma every district every constituency district where them say 231 it's this constituency which is 275 ambulances and then no go 305 ambulances number impo 7 no and then me no can say e be SCC airport e be SCC parliament a business. All these areas are apart from every constituency one day, a business why you want excess capacity. Say be two see and I say, oh Ghana, na make country. Say be uchashi see ye far phone and ya free ambulance. In your no S curriculum, me no betra a be radio, say a be debate. Am I NDC for SC a tree sama or more free card open. And I say we have a national ambulance system. Obi hookah and as we hear emergency ibiana. You don't have to now rush that person into a taxi no more. And I say, we say, you know, no more was on as a foot, I want me cano, and I do not phone. Oh, Frey, an ambulance, professional service before COVID-19 by you know, if you want on a more trashy, you be COVID-19 ambulance system, it's me by ambulance phone, it's me friend ambulance, ya dispatch ambulance manaba. Aside that, you know, yes, I will drone, I deliver medical supplies.
Yeah. And
these are something, and like I say, the piano, me said, me, a month for the comment, we say, sometimes development, you know, you can leapfrog. You can leapfrog. And you say, Oboni alpha 1, 2, 3. That's what develop it. It's also for because yes, Anna. Obo developed 200 years ago. I would see now
800.
800 crowns. Sir, 800. Because wood that means a woman the catch continues. I mean,
how effective is the drone system? Is a question from one of the
Mate. And yeah, oh, that's a question, Pacho. Mama Manusi. A hono and a son, we say. You don't have to follow people's trend. You can only take good practices and best practices from around the world. But there's something we call leapfrog, which is say, we share circumstances. Now watch how the new technology now about fit circumstances. Then what she at arena? Any friend leapfrog say, we share a portrait or tafoma or we. It's so episode will be able to do now. You need to catch and we managed to be able to bring drone delivery system into the Ghana. You know, you'll be what southern sector, northern sector, was the western sector. A supply and who say how effective is this now? Make you much say and then say oh here moja hospital. I say walk out be room need to be hospital need see kasi here serum. E dey treat it corona. Ye fa phone na say bia yom medical stores say bi ni hope ye fa phone ye fra ye dey say machine which is drone say machine keteketi it takes the like I said the longest delivery at the moment 25 minutes from point A to the furthest point 25 minutes. And I didn't hear friends say a drone be one amu jeni be happy. The share bag ma. Oh yeah, corner na ye process you. And by the time I realized now I didn't two and then we drew I drop her to hospital. And these things have saved so many lives. You know, mammy no more also you munye no one accident. Omu here moja in Pofimo. Yetimi aji umunka through this drone delivery system.
That's why Yema producer a video too. Am I you in terms of Mama's speech at the Derba Chiefs because of a KO Bibika Kakra as well as a video.
Mahama Yam Piano, Sani Fredo.
$1 million jobs going. I can't age in a hat. So, Nipa on when Juma say, Ewa Banya say, a change in Juma on what to be at the Abba or Mainu. It is a fact. Oko can see a creating 1 million jobs. 1 million jobs, no way. I can't age in a hat. Now, Niaka ne propaganda. A boy, you're saying, you so. We are the best government since independence. Nkrumah Poma say, "Sir, abayin full way. More than mo to Nkrumah." Nkrumah was a visionary. And ne besine, wo de ko dum akosom gonhwa say benya light wo oman mu ha. Meanwhile, 1965 and Nkrumah Biesa Akosombo Dam. Ebesine, it is the bulwark of our power supply in this country. And now would you see motorway no? Now she say obi beti mi ako baby wa Ghana ha. Tama habo Nkrumah nesi. And then kataman habo niwa. Could we have imported items into this country? Kotoka Airport Nkrumah nesi. You dare not compare yourself to Nkrumah. Don't try. Ezu. Mo de mo pese mo ye comparison na. Mo de ma mo fa nko nkruma so. Mahama o heya. Ezu. Enfan ko rolling so, enfan ko kufo so. Ata mills enfan ko ne so. Mahama o heya. Me here 4 years. Most of my 4 years. Yes, I'm better than say. My track record ni. Yes, we are the ni. Me and find your comparison. And also most of my.
Okay. So we'll share video. Now, Mahama mentioned about borrowing. MPP borrowing so much money. MPP are so much money, but not being able to show what they have used the money for. What analysis about that, me saying? Where is the money? Mama is looking for the money. Or see Scalo here. What's this Scalo? Why did you see Scalo Roy? Hey, Scalo. Hey, yo. Where is the money?
Kula.
On one of my parliament saying,
you know, the video that you show, no. Me and Kasa share and your company that you Mahama or your Mobokakra. Because what boys are bred. Oh, they're another age. Right now, almost 76 me. Yeah, something like that. Now, share Mahama, the youngest, our knows who are fit and strong. Now, no say only Ghana for one Kasa, and you are not doing any say, only in DC for one Kasa. Sometimes this is where. Yeah, na you Mahama na we mistake kakra because original platforms you say no kasa no we are not doing any say oni NDC for na kasa but the ref is oni abuchire for oni Ghana for one man oni bebia say ye Togo, Namibia, India, wherever na kasa and you could see the man's tiredness wa bre oni stamina mpo de we e be aduma na choice of words, I think, so Obekaya, I did emphasize it. Say, Yura Mahama, the choice of words, so ideas, I say, as Ghanaians, you me consider. Look, which time I Yura Mahama Tia Kunyanosuna, and Yama be brazy see ya, na a yenim guasia to Ghana, or no, the delegation, a whole delegation to Quine, a corner, Germany. The general secretary and all delegation, government delegation, a question matter there, that's number one. What can I say was 4 year meeting be Ghana and a host. Now all money speech. Now incompetency that I'm talking about. Now a whole page of government, president standing in front of international delegates, presidents, heads of state. Now Uchana who say fre na wiase nyina ehwe na enguase aka Ghana obakaya yekoye 6 match bi na Yewura Mahama wo ma ye bibia awie na brosa ye dia ma a whole international delegates e ba ye nyina na yakofa Kenya for president na ye de na ba be ye Ghana president onu mumu na wo ye hoho no onu na obaye host so obakaya at the same platform and a wokofa a whole track kakakapa na mu journalist is okay na e mai na bolaka ye so sabe ye mai to ni apia wo ni ahuru na tum so obekaya ensuo bi to my Ghana mu ama Ghana this year hwere wo mu nkwa ma say that na be dey go down this lane na ma ba question so na ma ba be kire wo niam bi na Ghana this year nipa almost 500 people who ye ensuo ato because of incompetency ama drainage system nyina blocko ama nsuwa yiri afa nkran nyina na enkane nsuwa dum na yesi obi kwa akoso ne generator because saade we omumfa findings a committee a yete report yemfa ma abonte ma yente yenti ni amemete ye na no na meka circle de na circle de yi na obi ko so ne generator because of dum so na eja to nsuo na acting because you say go or incompetence in tea yantimi and regulate even the petrol stations and filling stations amaya hu say omo systems in place anu nti esese aniema bi sei na etichima esese yetimi ehwe ye ho adwuma ama tank hye fom ama nsuo na nwura gu petrol na nwura gu fom ama nsuo no kogu mu na asesa petrol ni nyina de abagu nsuo na niama na yiri afa the whole almost Accra ama eja atom ama nipa timi wuwu ye menkaya tiefo ne wo mo hwe yen eya ene abusuafo yawo ama John Dramani Mahama the former president etimi tina ase supervise ye ma yetimi sisa nipa ema we so ne ha utumi se nkofo na ono mo sisa o mabumu no so nyese bia ahogono na wo behwe ya man vodka bia ma na konanim ene nti we so ba basia nan wa ha ne wo ya so ha ne wo so ne sa no ya huri na to bola kam body bag ne boy sen John Dramani Mahama ntimi anto body bag amfa masa wo mo mu ye no even last respect amayan fo mo anko se ye bekwa akosi o ma na edo bekwa akogu which is that dignity amayan ntimi anfo mo anko baby esese edo mo ko ye koduru mo kire so ye sa ko hwie o mu gu fom. You see, Ghana has had enough because Usha mamu a John Dramani Mahama ye ura John Dramani Mahama buye na ne ose asem okan na me pese mkono wose amamu ya nanado danko akufo adu buo na wono de free senior high school aba ama ene efie bia mu atimi enjoy no wode napko aba ama sa morante ne ba wa na omo wie ebia ye omo masters awie bia no aye medicine a so omo ye doctors etimi bowura adwuma mu koye adwuma kosa yare na omo timi ko abonten ba na omo be wie omo maame no nkwan mu na mo we abro omo nya adwuma nti na ya de napko bae a yenya unemployed graduate association in the country na ya de napko bae sankofo no ye di bronya na ba ko ba fie abaya yi maame dankwa ba fie na okuta akokɔ na wodi abrɛ ne maame sɛ me na first na me wian kwa mu na mo we no bate na me ba me di akokɔ abase yɛmfa ni bronya. John Dramani Mahama say sa mamuo no a de planting for food and jobs atimia create jobs ama ene akuafo me share videos ewo social media na me kra ho ato ba yire nie bodie nie bantenie aburo nie ene yetimi export jene e de kwa abontin Burkina o se sa mamuo na nanado danko akufo ado ebuo na me yeso so obo transport kakra a ne keteke go gata adawoma move to extent say be say ye baba ye ho adwuma no o sisa mamuo we ya mamuo tantan. You see, as a former head of state, as a former president, somebody who has been in that government position to be the powerful gentleman of the land, etimi bie wa no ka say amamuo tantan fun. It's a wrong word to use.
It's unpresidential.
It's unpresidential. And for me personally, I wish say you are Mahama ever come back on the drawing board. Now when your homework and for now was back I'm a cancer be train. Now we are no ye an interview. Me sure so first issue with the as empire from phone an interview. And an interview no was Ghana and another danko akufo wo bu o man we a what the one village one dam abano and then niema usha Ghana ye rules ye wo man Ghana mu a inner city roads. Net asphalt thickness, send your city the highest quality that you can get.
About this much, yeah.
O man paniko for kwan bi to aburi. That time na kwan na fear me. Na wo fa sa kwan no so at se kan na imuni ato. Ana obaye no double road from Aburi mountain no so ko pedia so north to come back all the way to Adenta side ya baby. Ana oye no dual carriageway. Emno man paniko for ye na nsa no wo sori afra konwa so because wanya time na wo sori. Sa kwan yemfa asphalt bia musu bia yenye resurface ye wo sa kwan so. Nanso John Dramani Mahama o mampani dada ya o gina wona woni ye kase ya wa brei ya boys a brei a utumu se wa lose wa short ne ya na di nyina sa na wo ka tre ye se amamu we amamu tantan no sa kwan nyina wo be ka tre won green book so wa ye nti ye ntua ho ka bia bi na ka question ka mabi so o mampani dada ne se Yewura Mahama enne nanado danko akufo ado ne yire namu ye campaign o ye adwuma Yewura Mahamudu Bawumia ne yire namu ye campaign ye adwuma Baumia, His Excellency, and the Mu Air campaign, the President of the Republic, Nanado Danko Kufuado, and the Mu Air campaign. Say, Yade Kwako winning ya twaso. Na kama bisa ye Ramahama sa adenti ena ne yire oba hima a wo ye first lady former. Wa yina man. Wa give up on his husband. Because wa musa papa no niam a wo ye enko yie. Na kama bisa ye maame Jena na opoku adima se adenti na ye yi no se oba be ye running mate. Sabio nana hima na dawroma. Ne ho kafo wonka campaign ho na ka hwan ba na ono de onko ye campaign ni enwie na obi maye second gentleman of the land and hwan ba na enko ye campaign na yemnya the first lady of the land kan sem bi tire Ghana fo se saa ho kafo mi enu we nyina hu se ade no enko yie na hwa ade emra Yewura Mahama sorry free akonwa so. What if free 2008 and would be president, but people sometimes don't get it. Yewura Atameus, nyame for the crazy. Clearly the whole Ghana knew say na papa no. Na oni amodin. Kofi. John Dramani Mahama wini tama ye former president ka baby. Woko adwuma no or vice president. Oba fie no or president. O wie ya pe no call Central Region. And I say he was the most luckiest vice president Ghana have had. Because Atameus Jajumani Nina Emano Mani Yentis or Shemwa. Former President John Dramani Mahama was the president powerful one back open. And Sana Niniana on any no Elconic Creti. Amana Sambe D caretaker president. And Sana was sika more than 5.something billion Ghana cedis. As campaign within 5 months. Now what me to talk cars a kesia dia mama yanketing $140,000 land cruisers. And the attitude opinion leaders and him for any idea. Ama election no call ya say wa hate war o winning ye pe na ampa onu ankasa. The deputy minister Babonti be catch say Womu chia sika ema judges. Amuna tama ye petition court. Vicky Hammer ene bekae. Leak memo eba nyame na meka. Na owiwie ye no apen obeka kire say 2013 State of the Nation address. Sika na womu ahwiampa na nye joke. The first time former president kan okre and he said that State of the Nation address obeka kire say en Ukraine ya hwenam no amanaka dompe because na enukre eno na di dumso bae dumso was man made because na sika ni bi ni ho ya di betumi power generation ama dia ya adwuma and etua muma tisania wo e kasa na oka the interventions that Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo and his government has put into this COVID-19 dumso no bi and the dink of former coin na 1 month of body bag. Kofi. And the same man made doom so. And now, in the part that them now wakoto generator from for baba be wianti no de akoshe dem ho wa bra ono innocent person onim se films no betima kuno enti esisu tototo ade abeti no one ne yere ne ma no mu nyina wu agudam ebi si ma yete o Ghana be bresisi ye obaba si ekowo obi koye operation na ya so touch light mobile phone near the operation and you see sometimes Ghanaians doesn't have that short memory now on work and then me ba the kind of said that na me do at this point I'm not President Kufuor sorry for abem o ba abem no na o mampani that Rollins in na ban ejaneka
mama no we hear video now say take any debate away from Kufuor, away from Nkrumah, from all the Ghana president before Atameus. Never be there.
So say, Bibiana, or so no. He say Bibia am now no John Dramani.
That's it.
Or no, may address no. I'm a one who he is. It will be it from Rollins time, no, Kufuor the far highly indebted nation, HIPIC. Yaka HIPIC, Amagana, Kushini Bar, one obra. and was so no year Jumano. And year Jumano, Union or Kwan Fasu, or Sressi Kama NDC 40 Babonte, or Soriano Huriakosi Japan, or Soriano Huriakosi Namibia, or Soriano Huriakosiano or Sressi Can or Dibu, my tea. Obi a Sressi Scat me bu or manage to share. A free highly indebted nation, Amakujunia, Amobrano, Amagana. And the neighbor do lower middle income status, oil dasu. O Japadia good credit, I had a bromosia, a papa. Because time a woman okono, Senay or credit, I can 40 million Juma papa, a beam money a double, but Omuja a car, a resident ye di. But on okono, Uja National Health Insurance, that time now before so take over cash and carry. Not that time, no, sorry, Akono. Not that time, Ukoyo operation a worthful message 10,000 Ghana cedis. Udi national insurance card tira. No was sorry coffee. No free. Some you also be watch so no. No ko year. What the national health insurance card tira man is it. Now why they no sorry co free. Obako wo no afane ho afane ba. Na ni kunu gina ne nchen. Na sa akwala no ya mano so na papa no ne yere oyi ni card kire a na okofi free maternal care koko mass spray social intervention upon social intervention upon social intervention e sa di jae ne ma good credit esa so a piece wo na John ene John e be fine omu fa wi e wonu de si the first budget omu ye na omu ye Edikoshemu over 760 million Ghana cedis. Say, ye plania to one be a benya judgment debt near the Etia. The whole chrono started free. And when we saw Namuna, Amagana, Nana, Wabobra, was Siswabaya, Kama, very beautiful girl, and Tamu, of from Rantina, Tususa, was a buy and I'm catching a buyer or Tumu, and we am a Feseka, I am Maria Kamudi Mami.
That's why.
Sapa pepe na Magana.
Expensive.
Ana meti Magana na that time were very expensive. Ana wodumja NDC. Ebaye. Wodumja, so wodumja. Abaya wasi su shen. Ah utumu se wo fa ba bia na ne ho age afiafie me mama wontem ho nyina. Ne ho ya kono abrochefo kofie. E ko biabia nwuma. That is Magana we left. Wodumja John Evans Atameus, His Excellency. And you do John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, the former president, taking over say Kim, and Abayani Jana Wasuni, Dum say fine. 8 years. A Juma Kofo Yenina, Juna, a Tuguye. Oh, sorry, a free woman and other Danko Kufuado Abano, not Ghana, not he picking any omu. Now I saw the Yasaya Kwakoma IMF. Say, or Kwako, the policy credibility, Tina Mikatina Mose. Omana yeburu enye sebe nkwada adwene ne yade bu man because we say adwene kra wo adwene ne abu o man Ghana kra wo ni bi 20 million ma ono ane ho eno nti ese se okọ na okọ policy credibility na odi o man Ghana ko hye IMF ase na ye ka tell say nurse for emfabiem a teacher for emfabiem so a police for emfabiem enkwala na mo wi school na no mo tietie wona wo go video bi earlier ona na ne ho a friend saying employment minister or whatever. Kasa say, woman causes a muba, every room, and family fear metatra quang tongue. No one coacha a grass, which is a threat, no one family punching in 9 woman. That's about catching no. That is what they did. Now, almost sorry, prison and woman, the Aquasana, Sika Biani, or Capra Bato Crodem, a bini on the Omuja, any giant, I feel I may be watching on the tea. National Health Insurance Scheme na the president ko for the buy no obi a ono ye mobro wa bi e na akwakofa ni sika kakra e na wodi abatua royal tua ne de kofi wo tua wo de jo tua ne de miso wo tua me de e na ye gigi ne ye de ye National Health Insurance Scheme no e na ye di ja wo mo na ye sori ko ya wo mo no se wo mbomba ye one time premium no de wo mo di ba ye ni Womudi wie na ye kra ye da so tua na womantima ne one time premium en konfo tua na wo tua we kra utimi ko katere Ghana fo no wo kro mu fo se obi ntimi afo no ntimi tua ne de ama no John Dramani Mahama ne na ban eno na no wo dididie omo hwe sa sika sa e ma nam na o ma wi ama na ka dompe no what they did ne say afi wo mo kon 1.2 billion e ka chochogu o ma mesro fa pen me percent na me no ya konta bi
okay
enti twotwo bu o ma me 1.2 billion ena omu jaaya omu de to na na do ho a wo mo ansan so amfa sika nya no so won fa ntua no enti sese sika na Dondramani Mahama ebisa se Sabosia na yabo ye dia de ne me pese me kire wo mu na Ghana fo wa ma no ne ene abrofo kro mo ba so mo bedi dwa because mo nyina nan se mo start issue atwi nti mo temenka na mo timitie na mo hye Dondramani Mahama so eti 1.2 billion e ka oja to wo se na na domra na onko pebosia a ho nwo no mfa matua wo mo pension ye move to pension no education na we say free SHS no ye corn e 419 enya adwuma na videos bi aba abonte kra de we say Kenya fo ne wa ho aye we aye omo ye no anya yie enti ye mpese ye bekwa kofa eni ababrese bia de aba ba she corn na free SHS ni enya adwuma say desperate politician eba no oni asem bia ka no be ka kire mo so oba ba free SHS unim ka oja to adan ya ye ba ye sisi no o se bibi de e-blocks a o so obesi no wo kodje busia ni nyina wie na wo san ahwe ye ne ka wo se ja to ho eye 2.63 billion se na do nkopɛ busia no mfa metua tworo to ho 2.63 billion now ukọ senator tier 2 pension e ka Dondramani Mahama jaaye nya ne kakeka no jaaye o tier 2 pension ye ka pension ene de ko kula wo na waye adwuma na ya tete on kakra nti we obi ane o ka o ye usika na ode ma ye se mfa nto ho ma nya sa na te enti ka wo hia wade se no anse ye koso ye kofa ne ye de abre wo ba Dondramani Mahama ne na ban e de ji sankofo ni sika no enyina e ka bomu e hwea ma wo san hwe trai ma wo mu jaka 3.1 billion se na do ba wono a wo ko na wo nya ka pranto no ho no a wo de na ko hye IMF ase no a enei ama Ghana na ya dum ni jana opana sene a wo opana mo hunu na sene mu no na do oni bibia wo gina so de atua se ska no nko pa bosia won so wo se ya bom bosia ndi me pese me kire mo sia no a wo kana se na ukọ road sector akwan na oso wo yi ni nyina na ni nyina wo green book no mu na do ko aha no wo hini wo ya ka che ne akwan ne nye yekwan ne o ka kire na do se akwan ni nyina ya ye na wo no akwan ni ye ni nti wo kwa ya na wada nti wo hunu se akwan ne nye ye wie ye no akwan ni nyina Ghana fo se yensa ma ye ma wo mu e ka wo mu sa jato ho over 7 billion yenye ne 7 billion pe Ghana cedis fato wo mame yakope bosia se ye de baba betua ma wo ne ye di guso ne ye de ye mo dwuma se wokọ energy sector memfa ECG de amam ECG for de nko aye over there say 2.6 billion dollars mempese ye de no beka mfa nka ho bi ja no to ba ye ko ECG nko a now sa ECG ho no ECG ho no right over 14 billion ka ana ojato wo say yen na do danko akufuado omra na omra metua na do bai wo brom siampa enya abrodi obrodi ya adwuma atuatua Dondramani Mahama ho aka ene ne mesa woja ya wo de to wo ma Ghana man se omfa enye sa akohwisem sebia emfanto ho ema na do se wokọ sesi amene wo kase ya emra ho mo sori afra konwa no so no onim ka wo jato wo omu nyina ya we Dondramani Mahama kra ba bonte be kan yo say oh ye jaka only 122 billion na mo ba ye o ma bo atwam akoduru baabi sa 122 billion time na kofo sori afra konwa so wo se me ye mokofo di fa na compare no that time na kofo jan 9.5 billion Ghana cedis eka o ma so free 9.7 no 9.5 no wo shutu na de koduru 122 nya no na hia me 122 billion enya no na hia me but interest rate interest servicing enya kanu na ye tua o but debt service no na interest na eguso no nko na ye tua no covid every year e koso Ghana 18 billion me pacho 4 times by 4 eno de me amema answer no 72 billion now sa calculation we ya media ma we so kamboma etwam 120 something billion Ghana cedis Dondramani Mahama mra na o me kantre me se no krasa nsem o ya me kana me masa figures we me boa na do danko akufu ado ba e bosia wo bona John Dramani Mahama tima chest out na otimi kasa e magana fo se yanyini ntum se ampa ono momu eye oman ni ye na do baaye no oman no wo se no se wunja saka wo egu ho na wo yonko ba na obromo sia to se obetimi asevo sa debt service way na oya debt consolidation which is smart borrowing. Eti wo kofi ne de o car ye kop roy ho na yakwa me ba mama just some few be na me fanya de mama because on him say we time do they don't worry about it. Ni hwa de kakra because as I say hwa ne am bi na hwe ye ko kana na yakoje Paul de no na de akotua roy na de roy de no so abetua wo na ye wia ye tuatua ko ni nyina no enye se sika na John Jabi to ho na ye ni tua wo wanya bi anto won ye di tua but yen bom musia na ye de settle because uko national health insurance side na mobro wa fo sika na omde bae na Uncle John wie ye no service provided ehia se yetimi sort wo out na fe wo mutimi nya kwan de ade ne ba because ye ntua wo mfa service ne ma enti cash and carry no na carry on enti ye kopa bosia na ye de atua na bosia na shutu na akoka debt stock no ho enti babi a omo ni Ghana for e deal na o say ye debt stock na shutu to over 300 and something billion no ma John Dramani Mahama na ene wo kofa ne question we ba ya kofi wo di babisa mi ka kire ne ma ne ntene ho ase se me ofake me say eye ono ne mess na o keti ye no eno na awo agum ama yastimi assort out the problem na yasa call extra mile to make sure say ye be making sure say omo ms omo keti ye ni nyina no ye betimi amove na ya go beyond that na yasa ye mpuntu juma ye timi aye we nyina no ko bi bisa say na mo konya sika ne free hene ena mo de timi aye say juma dodo wo ya kofi mo ye yi eti look Ghana for 7 ena numre dum meni mu di nkomo bi na mu ntie me because John Dramani Mahama nya obi a esese yetimi hwe nanim na yetimi kase yebetimi ene na se to anamo e de akọ 2020 beyond biem Ghana for mu mfe mo semfantre John Dramani Mahama na mo mani hunu se ampa yen ni short memory and we will remember and vote him out and you be make sure so say he is going to lose so miserably on one kasa ko benu no say odini din sa ba say o ye John Dramani Mahama yen to abama no kofi kakra me do obesi wo ho anu
right what you mean yes we become we home and yanko agree industry
okay me kakra me na me de buosim unse video na once man o say guswa yake yera John Dramani Mahama emsema kase he is very the utterances here very unpresidential which is sebi ye wo foot soldiers for kasa ye wo sebi street kasa ye wo kasa bi ho aye nyina simpie so anyeden enka especially obi a you say people na be president di obi a wedi president da you do not get so desperate to the extent say o kasa ye mu no o kasa o di twa man for and the other emia say so be kaya oko era o say otikoko so na asie no two for catch in the street say kono ko catch Ghana for de waye o say enima wanye ni yi nasre omu say omu mfa ni nyina ncho na bia omu behu mobo na sa atoba ma ofiri ho wantie safutu no ofiri ho no ma no soma ne krofo mo metu aya mpia ne bi e no no agusu a woda so ye sa de mawe na sebe ya na unse niba de say abobi be wo opre eti no em say yera Dramani Mahama ni o ye nyina che say ni nsem nyina o ka nyina no he's facing an imminent defeat and em say atono I done it because Center for Democratic for womu survey about just this week here. Clearly, it's the difference is like night and day. Ghana for say you are not done quite for womu ojidi wodu. 41%, and I hope that 41% say will now reflect in the number of votes Mahama Binya in 2023 because 41% catch street say in Jim Mahamendi and some are walking now we don't believe say obetimi pokra ayemu ba kokra And say, who was animal way now staring at your face? Let's say, won't adopt a different stance. Now one's Ghana for, and I say, won't ya a homobro na a hand time cast a semi, who just simply do something come to money. Now I say, oh yeah, reduce your politics into something else. And you know, Basana, now babies with sharp teeth for no, woman, I'd say, mobile system, Nima, I'll say, oh share, I could do maybe an affiliate politics, you call for you, because they feel say there's no dignity in the politics now here. But ye cannot, it be anything you have. You rather than go for any MPP by Ghana for Enya and Puntu, my brabo. And Puntu, when you're my brabo, you share, which is farming.
Now, hey, what do you found? Now, okay, agriculture policy in terms of 2016, in terms of agriculture and rural development.
Yes.
And what was promised and what has been achieved.
You share agriculture now, which is your mining, you share a occupation or a distribution now. Do na a farmers. And farmers now, a subsistence say, need do edit, na de becanomaton. A baby, so you cocoa farmers, cocoa, no so no, some cash crops are all mining. Cocoa and the Dicaya, a timiton at the ye about 20 years, say, you best set up cash crop development center corporation. You don't need to na Ushe and even a for the interview, which is Poladomochi interview kind, or say, you share in young Ivory Coast, neighboring Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast for no woman. Yet, or say, woman, intensify agri sector. No, they don't just rely on cocoa because the cocoa, they won't say, but that's a boy, Ghana, you bet maybe to it's the other cash crops now, as well to a man saying just what, so a shemukina woman momoye. And nothing stops us from Ghanaians. You want Arabuland, because Arabulanda, but be anywhere, only a generation from Ghana, and they share, Ghana said something like cashew. Yes, studies before that 2016 manifesto, which is say, share so free a half, air cost rock a crana, a whole minor cashew, there are other things that cash crops are you timid and you promises say, bah, you best share one, you very vampire cocoa sector because now you cocoa, Niana or at level the usefulness, which is said, ya tiswaba, my say, no, sebi. I said to say, cocoa and crack open menopause answer. And shut down so. It's also a bar, a basher near Trebiagu, near said Judy Basin, send a bay a bessa mat yen, queer for alternative livelihood. You are to say what he made you, which is a cocoa board, or say, a sea executive director. Who share a Juma Wabo and Ghana, Uka and Yaganako, the whole world, Uka Cocoa, he is one authority, and another level for you, a men chardian, but pay a far number 3 cocoa sectano. Or by the very first time, we hear something called hand pollination. Hand pollination, say, you see, well, I said, woman, you know, Matna, ABR, because they include it one and crassing. If you be to say a gunshani, which is say every plant before the swabano, it has to shoot a flowering stage, then flower no immuno and this the diabano a boba. And this is showing, we have to now do pollination, which is say before now we used to rely on insects. Say what we see here, now with the 96 were part and I be carrying nine, go see another tree so not so pollinating. But that was not effective because now you say agenda they say you say a cocoa production, a ton metric ton over 1 million. You buy now already you reckon for subs or saying she shall go hono. Emma time you free to 2008 January 2009 now ijama NDC for no yetimi o man timi call nim by up to 1 million metric tons na NDC for ka say sebe e yo more than bo na mom no mo refi eniema ye kukwam be sa eniema we na edija mo na wo mantimi ahwesuti no 1 million na e say ba fom e ba ya bedru ba 70 to 700,000 what say metric tons and you hear no yetimi because it's sustainable because everything shows cocoa production go down it ye the yeshemu kina and ye hand pollination ye fire so that's another job sector creation ye fire extension officers over 18,000 etigu cocoa farms mu say udu cocoa farm cocoa dua bia na yomu pollinate and then wo Facebook is marvelous say wo cocoa dua na cocoa na so wo hu bebrebe saa ni ma we say or say policy itimi de bagu akwam e ma cocoa sector no itimi improve and me no ka say Ivory Coast na se for kra no ye beti omo again wamana so wa o se ye nya bibi ye national farming census which is say ye cocoa growers no ye census ye share no na ye register 2 million households ye ka households efie ma cocoa mu yo produce cocoa and no more over that extended to nearly 12 million people are womo into womo household no into cocoa farming. So anyway, it's already a substantial amount of people are into that occupation. That's when me and should be more. Now they be honest, say farming acquire say ohiani adwuma. Meanwhile, so no here tetina. Adaya kese kumasi ni nkran GNTC na sifo nyina no cocoa farmers eda omutimi eden omutimi siye busu fie mu ni say ye bob say busan na sifo nyina ye mu ni siye. How did they manage that? Because ye man cocoa na sana cocoa kuya no na dignity wom. It's not that question you follow na ban share no. I feel ye be premium asa come home. It's even though say cocoa prices no new stable no ye the premium be come home so the be ya mo adwuma na mo ye na be sombo. Na yasa aye pension amamo. It me no ka say November ye obe launch sa pension scheme for cocoa farmers which would extend to almost 11 million people. And mine as 30 million. Let's say almost 12 million. Cocoa farmers are. What does that tell you? Also, with me pumping the resources into that bit, now to me strengthen, and that is what we've done. Now, you call other a year buying in agriculture, which is food security, which was one of our major promise when it came to 2016 manifesto. Food security in Pacho, just is Adriania, Sebi, soldier for edit to DHO, Sebi. Name to say, you bet me. I am self-reliant. Say, ye staple food. Ye share Ghana for ye demo pa ye fufu banchine body tomatoes. And ye ma ye aduane day to day no. Ye bet me any a bro especially. Ye bet me nya ho that's a to swono say Ghana. Ye bet me ye ma ye grow what we eat. Which ye were champion those days no fish feed yourself or no the bar be share Ghana for you. Ye were not for to say no. Also it improve your food skill. It will be a friend planting for food and jobs. My create be indicate wo necessary wo hwe na bia I mean maybe no ma no mo ye crash juma obia hwe se me ni kru masa ase da ho o ye no akọ agriculture office no akọ seedlings seedlings so be kọ yitimu akap ba ana se bag ma no akọ ebru no akodua wafa se bia paafo omuso amoma djuma so amoma muska akra omuso ye djuma no because omuso that's their livelihood although na so na you know so be do there and it creates jobs and sani ma when you kase mama ogina ne simple so kase enyuma no we no this is how you create sustainable jobs because now no okweni ne course be ni kromu na koye sa akua no na onum se medua bro bosomi miensa bosomi nan agrikide bosomi miensa betimati na se bosomi nan betimati na se oyi a owi na se otwa na foforo or the foforo hye ho a still a sustain obi a wo se be ekura na se ho adwuma because oni kroni mu a se be opani no e no bebo ne pa ma na abehwehwe sa animal sa animal we nyina no aye niema ye bi gu akwam enya me no ka sei okọ agogo asante achima gogo ye papa abachi di krom ye se bodie se itimi twa bodie bumper harvest e ma bodie obutimi share bodie festival and this is last week yam no ka sei ye nwan mo one of techiman ko ani kintampone hu nyina ko nyina no you say bayre aba bayre mo nyesa bayre kitinkiti se puna kitinkiti export you ene me ne ka sei puna no abo akese because nyina agla sa subsidies ya buy no e dey buy as part of our policies we sa nyema we and ye che say ya boa amakuayo aye attractive crachini and also obia owo man bia person no shekwe because that I mean make say a low investment and as long as was as in the rest ni say wa ho odin any we say wa ho fama e betime ma watime nya enough returns e wo ama say Ghana akuaya be wa fa so ho a and osa here say one village, one dummy. NDC frontier she says, you have a candidate and as a president like Mahama, Ufri North. Sebi when say the chromofo Pebredua, which is Ghana in say between August September Babisi December ne ka kuma ka be ko kind of simple autumn between autumn and summer and winter no sebi yedwan mo mo of eja ekua ye edientia because fama na nam and the bani mu na ehye ensuo nim ensuo nto asase na ye wese o de bia hye for my mo adi senkate nko a ene hye bata eti ne basa na wo mo na kra aduane free southern sector meanwhile so mo asase yantam omuso nyina timi wi ema wo mu anantwie ani wo mu nwa ye kind of livestock etimi nyenso num wo kwani ba kutimi fa yi etimi de travel so many miles so kopenso ama ne mo anam ene ye see de bibia ba ye friend one village one dam that's animal win etimi boa sustain farming all year round in the north nipa we and as a party we etimi de sa diet so kese we etimi ba beto say yenye na etimi ma ye food security at the same time etimi sustaining livelihoods na say wo mahama yewa mahama express mahama wo nuanom yetimi aba wo no wa yenye bibia ma okromofo na obi aba say oba be we a oba ya wo se de be gota so den e na wo tutu no sebe na yenko yenkefo no ye hwe na end this time you know no fulani fo edi amanfo nya omudi amanfo dem this is nyina kenyina no so ye sa enyane sebe nantwie na omudi mu free north anase omudi mu ba ebedi amanfo kokofo mu ase ne bore ba ase na asefo no sa nyan kroya no mu se kukum nipa ka ho no it became a menace ye timi anso ano enemi no ka say aban we did something odi aba if national cattle ranching scheme sa anima we cattle ranching and they said yesi kind of say a big farm yaji ho nyina na emo ani gum omo patches be dem ya agree kakra wo opoku antino sadma wa ne patches no say ene and I say week we emo ani ko di patch we a omo ma hobby omo call the next the one opposite across omo ko di ho by the time I omo call 1 month be na hada de nefu so all the time no wo mu enwe asase ne pete ma asase ne erosion ye de ema so at the same time also national cattle ranching scheme you know wo de so fu say o pese go to say yen livestock to wunwan anase to wo mo an ketenkete no nantwie no nefa breme wo de ba aban ebe begu veterinary officers e wo honom amase mo doctors e wo honom ye ma me hana besu wo se duru lemu mo doctors wo honom a wo behwe sa moyi ameki sure say moyi o mo be ye be quarantine ma ye bibia make sure so mo ye healthy ne do maka the population of mo honom no na ya hwe wo mo ne duru say wo manyini na say opese oba be fa na akoton a ye de aban bebu sa 10% of it it's only in 10 and a call ya o pa betimi the one am say money one no say for your effort any nation well here we won't pay we now pay these are tailor-made solutions to our fundamental problems and what money na fulani for ADNI and then no can say ye tise fulani for akọ butcher obi ye tise fulani for akọ rape obi ye tise fulani for akọ to obi go form ama say ni pan ama koko farmers intimi tap or say
I think say right who understand this caller who is saying say viewer I'll say are you guys still talking about one district, one factory. Seriously, maybe you wait me.
Pacho, said Department take the year chain.
I think I'm better. Okay, you
know. Comment no. You know, said me Pacho one tears here.
Comment no.
Yes. One village, one down no.
Maybe I'll bet me actually.
Say Onone is trying to ridicule it, and I'm person me trying to say, Yera Muhammad the same attitude on us to and so right now it gives. Yenua no more north livelihood all year round and then no can say no subsistence farming so because this locality no you are digging down amana sa de manage dey etimi call but sa dem we dey pacho dey be ka say afi Yera Mahama is in for a shock because these policies now ya no attaching people at the heart and the grassroots level
community based
and say what is Jubilee House wo sa free o mani mu na wantimi ehu crofo no the problem na wantimi akop solution ama mesia no na obi ababa ya ama no sebe wo sa nipa we I mean e dey no munya wo tena akonya so ema ya na case wantimi resolve Yera adudan kokofo do buy wetima be resolve or resolve we ya still or say we dey no fel and say nkofo ni obia eni andi ehwe oba say de oba ka wasem yebeti na emom that do ho a eni obi ne no e de ewo ho anyway I will not be sidetracked by or say sir comments in Mahama the Smoker. Name Messa another fundamental fantastic policy we are hoping said you might for more now you meet me be able to say which is say planting you know yet to say almost say planting for export and rural development. Now sir planting for export and rural development we know I had name day because when him Oshe Indian Morocco for Chrome have no say lettuce vegetables that's for if you hold them labor. You call lockdown and say na ya baby lock down na fly aeroplanes ya granting na omuntu no na kroma for ho chiro mo o hwe potatoes o mo crayfish Belgium o mo these fruits are pound the both for to abotin na so for ya ni na free North Africa sebe me no ka say North Africa say how yes so Sahara desert kwa me no mutim fa so etimi dua sa nyema we e free big greenhouse no say utimi si tent na so be dua de ohia ye sunlight eframa and nsuo and nutrients you can still replicate this the same way it's replicating kind of say conditions in a lab no the same way that we must replicate this animal way inside that dome name because there was particular attention to it you know it's money grow it's money flourish sadly we ena you say ye aba through National Entrepreneurship and Innovation Scheme, which is NEIP. Womo domes ewa okokwabenya domes over 100 gone. But you see, right now na ya pilot scheme do over 100 domes now are successful. And them no kasi upe green pepper, upe cucumber, ni sade mani million Ghana no. You see, sade ni be expanding no, planting for export and rural development no. So then, but yeah, every region, which is 16 regions across the country, every district biano, these greenhouses whereby you can do something called hydroponics, whereby hydroponics needs ultimately so eduade in so keke uhia anwea and once so many nutrients so many did here so animal we nan e betimi di biaba and these are our policies the person ye deba in our second term because your trial e wo kwabenya and some of the say greenhouse no kwabenya trial ho ye hu say are successful it in womo this animal we ebe se ye so womo ye kaban ebe se animal be rolling out all across ne be ya say nyani we ya first nanka ubeto let's say so ko or say poku trading oko lands honum akoto apple den sa animal man say sa animal nyeti mi dua bi e wo Ghana ebe haka no we will be self-reliant for food security and at the same time be able to export these food stuff across the globe to so what's the way but you mami can e big because the economy am say agriculture the am say o mate de and also it me bo e ma food because agriculture na you say menua enye seka e better sanka China need to be free the China enko afran place em enko bo no koso hene wo all because of agriculture because Ghana be bia bi tue bia eyi etino ebi ne say ya set up mechanization centers for areas yeah agriculture what I say oko such a farm place oko techima oko them areas so na say oko western region wa your places obeko oko han aban tractor na aban aba plow asase ma tilti asase ne ma na sefo wi a woti no buy na sefo a woti ya krama aban these are policies yetiapa aside fertilizer subsidies ekoso akuafo eti afidie me say akuafo another dank akufo do ama akuayo operation feed yourself na area champion e de bae no wasa ahyimu kina ama through yera akoto afi atimi ama sade mi aba and agric no koso pa
okay what you mean now be can be kakra about agric there no
your
summary
I'm say my na enu royal say for how detailed explanation to this kind of policy now baby am dey kakra be so ye o share planting for export and rural development na all can one seminar. There's another one I know so akoya atadua and the Ghana for what then I know they are very separate crowd very quick and short I very say with me elaborating come kakra who say your cocoa board me wa we say Roy ko much about the cocoa board ni how omo wa hwe cocoa no ni pollination ni ade now as you see as you say tree crops authority. Yenya say tree crops development authority.
For cash crops.
Ye bia no na me Ghana na no ye him say be just 1.5 months ago. Yeah, the president ko asantimamu ahojo.
Okay.
And honey set up the board no. A new board crowd say cocoa board say no. What are they standing for? What they stand for is say no bibi say cashew, abe, bibi say rubber. Any coffee, and you know, and nema insia share but is it share not yeah any sa nema insia ya ka bom say okay I was saying as a tree because we hear cocoa dua and a crop sa crop na de my na ye enuaba na ye cocoa na ba no enti ye hwe nia ayama Ghana now baby aye hu ni say Ghana sisi aye wo yi I'm saying no na me program bi ma me kutu scanner woman in Ghana cities which was not in Ghana cities cocoa mayen Ghana nyina if we say atama tete kwashi ko ya okofa cocoa community ni yam say nyina enim say senior history ni city na odi ba o man Ghana mu na obeyi ye no odi dua ye na net cocoa na hwe Ghana iwu kra ye wo na cocoa enti cocoa no abedrum pempenso obi a maye ababe say over $2 billion a year annual revenue cocoa di Ghana sisi eno no na wo hwe time cocoa ahwe yen e di free yen kola abremu nyina abedru samre ya enei aban ne say as so otimi say highlight no nya something similar like cocoa enti yafa enua mako ensia eno so ebia yanyanya board sisi na on the board as in the board no executive directors, the deputies and all that going to manage it. Tisenia cocoa board no operating pepepe. And now no almost so baba ye adwuma no abiem. We say you bedada, you cashew dada. Sani man nyina we man da na afei na tete kwashi bi be kwa kofa amena to no yem no diaba. Enti you nam say all that and enti ye ba betirim. Na ya make sure say every single crop ye tree no ebe maye similar to cocoa no de ne pepepe and this is here na ye hwa ye ba be man within from this time no to be about 5-10 years time no we are going to put in much effort to make sure say send your cocoa board e supervise cocoa no mo na ye ho adwuma bibia no mo solicit from funding ni ade nyina ama cocoa ejina ne na so obepem ne no sa ne man sia wo so board no ye ba ko mu make sure say you betimi planting more you betimi agugusu ye you betimi hand pollination whatever it comes with it now within the next 10 years you know you betimi anya $2 billion sa cocoa be kan ho a mako enso na etimi provide over by say 14 to 16 billion dollars a year at the amount of Ghana we are talking about kuaye and the amede so roy the no so say sa de we Ghana fo amwa manone mesrem obia wotie me ene wonim se ampa woni jikuaye ho ana so unnim mukura na obepese obewura mu no a great opportunity for all Ghanaians especially nye da bia na ye be office work enti ye nyina yemfa ye ho nkonko hyem na yem kakra bia se busia kura na obenya just go into that sector na as see aye industrialization system ebetimi amai sa friend say one district one factory no na ye num eniema ni wi a eduaba beba ya san add value to it na yatimi export and the planting for export and rural development na ye kan wasem no se na ebeya ye betimi so agina sa enubai we mu amanetimi move to that higher level e de income huge. You're talking about almost 16 billion annually within the next 10 years you know obian fa na honim a opportunity ukope na obop no mu a they will open doors for you and you get into it and we are talking about industrial farming not just ukoakoye efuobi keke aban na nkasa be so wasene uko one district one factory office na say wo fu na opese wo dono ampa wo hwe na to asum ampa they will assist you they will lead you to get the loan also to say ombedu anim ansase ni bibia ombeboa wa ma onsaka eti asem a da Ghana for atia enya afi na bia ye hya ase ye bie dada it was part of our manifesto from the 2016 ya ba bedroom pempenso bi afi ya hyemu kina ekonanimu ya san etremu afi now no the authority is now open and is now working and ade a say cooler de bia uba na odi nkomo na ofidie so a try so wobetimi agete especially abrochie for omutie ene no omunyina ntimi ntra no mfie ni nchire fie ni nkonkoye aduma
na we know fitting in with the transport policy in 2016 because transport ya na be here e dey ayesa nyuma
no kre no dey odi kan
yeah 2016 the promise made to Ghanaians in terms of transport and now no where are you in terms of MPP where you are so far in terms of transport and then comparing that to the NDC in terms of achievement in transport.
There be ayana make say
mama analysis no in terms of accident and other things happening and how you are treating
no problem
will help viewers to understand.
There be ayana make be say uba Western world you some kind of a criteria be a yehwe so de to aba. You niema be say enum ensia na say nsu bi a yehwe so de to aba. But ye mu as Africa any Ghana no enye sa na tie enka wo ba ha ye be ka say bia immigration ne afa number 1 be economy na wo fa national health sector NHS no wo fa bia immigration no wo fa education no wo fa transport on sa no wo fa security. So these are the things I say enka o ma bia mu ye so de to aba. But unfortunately for us ye a developing nation. It is an yama we and with that munko and abedru say ye betimi anya na say awhwa MPP aboa yam yanya near money mienua I fundamental kind of yamfa say existing idea yanya national health insurance and this MPP aban na de buy ye president Kufo and a so sad I kese no ntia my health sector now no health ababe ye part of the package election campaign mu and na yasa ababenya education. So Bekaya Tony Blair time a war year in election or you see education. I remember 1997 Krumha and no was not winning crowd education advanced that. But still I will use education was let me the winning so time na labor opposition for so many years. Now yenya mienu ni mienu nyina so MPP na de bae edikamenya enke be fan say design ya wakai transport onim say Ghana yemfa transport emfa entoaba because okoka transporter eye tabu krampo say obetumi discuss dia eniema say trotro for ye eniema say ye change we now ye beto tia na okada kra ye dia transport oti dem can say ye transport dynamics different enti baby a wo de transport free aba no me pese me yi sa level na talking about transportation. If you go to America, that is how they call it, transportation systems atonchen na mama yenya the actual future of it, which is linked directly to question now what bisa say and say ye kwa do afuyi ye one district one factory and no baye yi bebai say ya me no kasa say ye kwa ya aban we yetimi set up aluminium integrated aluminium authority and also so ye kwan ya be fa so ne ya bauxite ne ade na yetimi de ama ni nyina yetimi afiri nwam wo de aba. So why railway from the 1950s to 1960s the whole of Africa na Ghana railway system and the best transportation system na Africa na only West Africa but the whole of Africa.
It's a legacy from the colonial.
So what I say now then any nyina ira emra NDC for any PNDC buy even before PNDC kura na your trains ni bia na still na adwuma kakra and na a free PNDC omu yi P no free ho ebe no NDC na that time na provisional national defense council na ene yi P no be no national democratic congress and P ni keke ni yi free ho no e free ho and a transport system to ape me nyini na your bus na ye osa buses na ye adwuma e wo man Ghana mu na conductor da so na time to time bus stops na bus ni nyina gina na sana eko ebi wo be ko almost up to Bechem Sunwan miya e wa Ashanti radio no ne ade no na impotemu na bus itu a conductor address kama na wate ticket no de ama say if we were to improve on that existing idea and ye de ba na ya ba bedu samre yanka we not talking about trotro anymore because Kromo Hanomo bus system 2014 enenya 100 years you know say me dey me transport background no me wo and system na ye operating at that time no the same system and na omo so operate wa na omo advance kakra bi sen omo na kire ye ma ye nya conductor ne bus driver na e ko na nim no it is ye yetimi upgrade no abedru ne ya and Ghana what transport system are local buses are very efficient, very reliable. I will be a coba be a wetimi anya e dia kwa anke no kra ba traffic so e dia free am NDC and a buyer and a sanya money nyina because me kaze na new plan crampo e crack buses in free Germany no mo dia ba no ma ba hihye no Ghana e ba bo engine no esi skeleton no so na afi ya baba ye ni aka ni nyina wo ho Ghana na ye de ama osafo no mo de ye adwuma even Liman kraba ya na me ye young Liman be kra tata bus obi a wotie me na nwumre bia be kai a wonyini kakra e kra tata bus e de be share ni ma until say Rollins ba be tu Liman ni nyina disappear e ma ye railway systems and ye wo nyina san disappear NDC fo ya Ghana bro and then another danko akufo ado bus here what railway ministry wa hu say developing your country, every single country, a developed country or developed nation. The moment you step a foot in that country, what you see is their transport infrastructure. Upa United Kingdom Hanuma, who underground, which is the tube system, railway system, overground and the network, network rail, the surface trains. You put it together, then you got your local buses, you have your coaches. You have a powerful systems in place. Ghana, ya say nache, but yes, she say, Shadia and another don't go for Dubai. Or revamp railway systems. Shakwaya rail lines are ye and anu ya me Ghana ya call friends are hold you ho baby na a honomuna sa from Kumasi to Kumasi to your friend is saying Obuasi that's right ni nyina no ye ko bia no a nanado ko kate so da eba be start o we tema today and then say mpaka dan o say dan me wa na ya start say see we in our future pipeline we are also thinking of linking the railways na ye no all the way from Temahabo to say ebetimi akwa ko twam Kumase atwam afa sunwa baby na akwa ko si Burkina Faso. Now this is a big vision. It doesn't come cheap. It's not an overnight quick fit approach. As I say yenya abanya otena so sesi na oteso no enam na ni tuade hunu ne sebio ni fie nyansa wo ene na dream onimdi a wosua ene experience a wo na brabom ne skills a wo de aye adwuma bi pen ene ne team a wo de wo mo ye adwuma no how a wo mo nyina brabo esitie wo mo ye nkofo wo ma bobra pen wo mo ye nipa bi a wo mo onimdi wo mo nipa bi a wo mo great experience wo mo ye technical people a wo mo betimi adi wo mayanim. And you know what, adia ba ko mebo na nado abaso Npp UK as we speak, and I'm telling you our former chairman Mienu, former chairman Atekrufi, and there me no kase wono ne da National Pension Regulatory Authority ano emra wo ko na do mama mo ahwia manaka dompa mpa ene okoduru ho no watima ye adwuma transform sa field no ama ne me no kasa sesi enya aban mu ne kofa sika free finance ministry ade betua na adwuma ye fo kama no. He has created a platform ono ankasa atimi enya profit to pay ono ankasa na adwuma ye fo okozesi ye former chairman ya ono ba ya ko ya ansa na ye executive we ye ba ye chairman Maklansa ene ono ne ye de na to na he was a friend is saying I think deputy president for Dell Computer Systems. Okay, he was one of the top executives in the. He was every day almost in a plane going around the world. And now Nanado chose him and says, come home and bring your ideas, your knowledge, and your experience to help build our systems. He is the one that has been put in charge of the whole of our Ghana bauxite. You know how, as I say, it me set up the refinery and he let me add value to it. Now, entimin ko ese afa raw material ni asa de kwa buchi. Na na do boy man America for Ghana, Germany for Ghana, UK for Ghana, or the technical people in the ban appointment ni mu a. And the country a hu niema na na do ye na ya kese no na se kire ba ko ni secret ba ko eno no. Enti now no ba bia ye gina sesia no. Se ye niema ye kan nyina betimi abamu a as I see a timinya very reliable and efficient railway system. You bet me timber. Say ya kwan no e dia ko railway side na mana ye cargo na enam so na etu free nwura mu wono ma wona nwura mu sa na obese ko ba bia wo ko ne stem ha bo no ko a enei buankra fishing port inland port a omo ye eno so e ya dia is on course president Kofo na sha ase atamoyo se na baba ye mfie nwotwe omu ja to ho na na do sister obese a hye kina sa na yema nyina ya san rekindle ne ya san ye ho adwuma eti sa na yema na ye no e ya dia ye dwine oman Ghana dati Intina debia me kasa no ne ukasa me kasa enya quick fit approach. If we going to do it say shortcut bi near the aye ne awie ne yakoi blow contract bi ya blow to no ne yakoi police case mu ne adi eno no eye John Dramani Mahama no approach no na do dankwa akufo ado ne his excellency Bawumia aduma na omo ye no ene digitization na ye ni nyina link with all these things sene be ya that in Yamana yes, it will build a proper institution and it will build and create a proper accountability in our systems. Too much. I believe say Sakwaina ye any road road railway na ye juma na ye de tutu enema nkakran ye de kona ye no na be solve sa industrialization problem se si am no kasa se si VW e Ghana omo assemble cars e my Ghana Nissan is on the way, Toyota is on the way. This is how you build a country because you need to be a job creation government. Your boss is here, no Casay. Would the call me year no to one of my divertic a crabia digressing? Would the fact ye can implement a year na roy can once a me? Your boss is here, you're creating over 2 million employment. John Dramani Mahama Nena by say, so one will make sure so be creating 1 million employment within the 4 years. I mean, we'll be at Naso 4 years, we're creating over 2,055,000, which is huge. Still at the all kind of crown on was as you, but you were 2020 we mupana one district one factory become into fruition. Now we're here, one village, one dam, so the neighbor near the way for her. You could see say that vision na ye can once is on course and definitely on mine and kasa a bit generate on one kasa income. Ama de nanado kasa Ghana beyond aid, it is a package of our railway system because personally I believe say you be move into the transport system now a local one now. Entimi nyani money mu ya because no class o kan want him too much Ghana for e be kwa offend obi a omutimi to abama but gradually we will fade systems out. I won't say they are replacing with a professional service that is reliable for people to so make me enjoy local transportation system bia e betimi amanko fo ja omuka esifie but the most important right now that table no so there Oko Ghana sisi ya nkofo ball mu se mananado Jogati ma nyina fidie we so na oni na chitafo yan first vice ano Npp Uk and now no ye Railway Development Authority executive director. He was a professional person on the field in terms of transport system in the United Kingdom, and that is the reason why I'm saying to you say and dipana na do no mo ye adwuma no and professional people, technical people, and we need to rely on such people to make sure say the future of our country is so bright na betumi aye and yamapa e dia magana for ne yemtima.
Roy, also in terms of analysis about transport where MPP was in terms of 2016 and now where they are in terms of the promise made so to add on to what Ofake can
just to add on to the Ofake can I'm saying wakani mani na we took over the reins of government in 2016 the transport ministry because we're laden with so many modes of transport to say aviation, a railway, nina kahobi. And so so share you kind say the disbursement, any investment within the transport sector as in Mekari or Sira Mahama Salamekio. Not enquiring more. The only sector make us be more focus on more was make us aviation. Our roads were still death traps. They were
have that changed. Death trap now mentioned in terms of road.
The roads were still death traps, and sadly we topic I'm so passionate about. Certainly, passionate about. The reason why I'm saying that is You come my or say come Ghana. Yanas people seem to think say the notion of who dualize it road that's it. Ebe eliminate accidents there be. Come your motorway so accidents pa. Your ring roads which is like A416 M25 orbit roads and so accidents pa. Ubusa say di ntia. Yana we need to always come down to the bottom, which is we need to always look at our situation. Find it proper solutions to them. As opposed to say, be just in peace. You are mama or to two yampio kasame say me was on now 1 year. One, it be something like call potholes. So driver and I'm quite say too many potholes are. The be trash or baby. Anything this government, I'm back to say, ye kwana, ye be kwana on sebelasi. It's asphalt no, ye sheni pudu basically netaso. At least you know say, Obana support also, and Yafina a kwana was you sabi fro. Ubana need the same one the Cacrebia fan wide. Now, we're moving back on something to say our street major highways no, we're more lighting now. So at least a bay visible enough. Any road markers in as for Nina policy at transport ministry and
yeah.
So share other modes of we can say public transport, which they now can correction can say. Transport it's not just one any means to get you from A to B a transport. The public transport say of a kind is something every nation you need your people, because the more people that you can transport in one go, no, the less pollution you have on it, and also the less stress you have in terms of traffic, and also improve your index of doing business, which is say the businessman and person me koja de or so abia connection to abia me call kanda basase a me ko traffic too much. So the marketing get we niema you try to alleviate the beya or man ho be na that when you work typical working day people will be more productive. And so niema we niema ye de ho aso be na ye hwe yera mahama we used to say obe find proper solutions to this no also be or the something called okada or legalizing. Now, say untimi one dwene say untimi in vision say obi about say obey sky train also obey a railway sector which or nyina and or attractive investment, serious investment, light rail, you all forms of transport, public transport. Let's say what they want to be in fact what is already killing the people and or say choking the system, that's populism then it's like say a country, what that shows say we have people within the country, which is the two parties, you know, man and you man. And in car, me kind of with passion because India, the Okada, which is that Samo to Ayomu, and then we say Lagos. They're looking to eliminate this Okada system from their transport because I saw in terms of to say the was a Ubibe now to say I mean and yet now you can actually plan where so you have alternatives a bit my plan man. It's way now you are allowed for the buy or say no. Some of these ministries have to be decoupled. I mean no can say how can they area mama so be we you buy buy a system whereby delivery riders any use motorbikes for other purposes, not carrying passengers, you find a system a friend regulating under 1 year. You know, and this is for you can't say no. This is completely different from transporting passengers because we delivery system at say or be messenger or letter from ministry to ministry or abia osuma aduane say or said why the pizza na or bread is different, completely different from say what carry pilot the passenger the life of show sir now sandy weaving into traffic you be 190 and sadly my way I think say this year okofa buy the level of backlash and the enemy yakesen say Abide say he has an alternative plan for these people, which is say VW about money and Ira Mahama Kujina Bono region Epoca say Apotro for Adiabra Mama for Apotro car. As if say VW a bad company. But Yana sometimes I say we can travel and see because VW and just Apotro. When we are Bentley, when we are Lamborghini, all these luxury cars need now a group. So when the man, when you say these things, you know, and it's a country where it's a company where it's about my. Do you know the potential? No. Now aside that, and also no, a better a beer with financial sector because the car, no, they can offer it on finance, which is what we're proposing. Say, transport a for operators now. Near my car, you buy a car, you work and pay. Sa work and pay no ebia interest kakra bi da so ye no obi ti ba bi ono be broker a obi broki sa obi tua sa akofo ne kanu ma o sa
because of time
sa ne ma we nyina ye nema ba me no si no sa ne ma we nyina nema eboa expand the economy and another da kokofo do kai say me buy me too a very you would say Ghana economy na is about 54 billion me buy my trim e cost 60 or say 65 billion it is a wo se unim sa vision no na se uni sa da yeso na obitimi aboa ama oman no etimi akonin oman etimi atu dimpon na wo de usi ho na okasa te se de tie sisi a ensem basa na sefo na oman no ye etimi fa hya wo sa and of okay
into final analysis no because of time
yo remember
into final analysis no sisi a why should people vote for MPP? And would it be in 2 minutes? Then of a 2 minutes because you're running.
Of me no say.
But however, no.
May announcement to be in my.
However, no kasi but send what they do or WhatsApp on. Me be bobi. Eti mesrew
time.
Yo. Me baba send what please. You're running out. Me bacho me pesa ye condition bi wa mesrew a. Ofana say ma send what they be sisi na me pese ubetimi ahwe. Na nka me no mi nua bobo akyere tiefo sisi a
okay ne
eti no ye na edi bewie and ma send you achieve enema yetimi e ba yetimi aye ba 100 of them
ubebo I don't think so obenya but of okay the watcher no person can no
first
because of time
Roy what the year because you need enough time baby I want to say
eti no me say yeah aban ba yi no we can pinpoint enema over hundreds are affecting Nnipa directly in their pockets, as in say, their livelihoods, the way of life, change your living standard. As opposed to 4 years ago, 2016, that year what Omaya, Doom so hope nim, Jumanim, Mebunya Juma and Nasifo, and another double for that catch say, Mammy 4 more years, and near my share Mambo assist Siano. I have this legacy.
Thank you.
And I'll be able to build on that legacy.
Thank you.
And make something.
Yo, kula medasi. Mami fa akonya isuna me ntimi ni omo ehwe eni nkomo bi. Mesra mo bia wo hwe bia fa pen na me no ni nkita ho bi sisi ai. Adwuma ya ye ni sisi ai. Em se ni nyina iskasem. Mo amu nim se MPP die enya ade a ye aban a ye ba ye pepese ye baba be fum Ghana sikanya funyefu. And on the Npp Uk, yeah, the attrition also say, yeah, Bema Monya more other platforms, not only Omega TV and you know, idea a cost effective kakra to us. And the Besremo, Monkoyamwa, Nae Munina, any Serjumay, and Rams here call other platforms, so more Mudi, Timothy Yanka. Account name, yeah, they, yes, I deal with Lloyds Bank, MPP, fan club because of say they solely on the communication level. Yes, Remo. Obia momodi. Even if it's £1, just set up a standing order. We want you to set up a standing order in your accounts every month. Bia as obama £1 up to £5, whatever it is. I often say nyameka wakuma say. Udi be so MPP Uk asene. Na ensema nyamuti na numre yetimi atrim amana ko achiri ya ba iskasema mpa ena yedi aba. Na nyame aboa producer mai bi wa watu bibia ma go see for went to one mai £2 e die da se jo ye da wase bebre Roy me de be say on sa na communication na dia come on account number no any short code no tino name no MPP fan club o touch ni ina no be pia ba click e no so short code no 3030 no and 9897 so 309897 account number no 737 94068 we are reference now we dey beto so no COMM as communication I try to short into COMM not directly call communication me say sisu bi mesremo munya abotre na mo nyina mo ntro ne ye obia wotimenka enne ba bia wo bia so wo India krana just do it and let us get the MPP UK moving they saw Ghana sene na ya cancel parties and ye nemo atie e de akochiri ama Ghana for timi ate na yetimi dia ye and enti Lois TSB and a bank no MPP fan club sort code 309897 account number 73794068 reference COMM.
Thank you. Yada wasi ofake ena Roy entry. Jobedu producer CEO yada wasi ene sister Dansoa ene yada munyina ase ewo die when they support ni we be MPP so Edamase MPP UK Edamase wait we will patience for us for today. Good night everyone. Good night and God bless you all. Good night.
Good night. Okay.
Good night.
24 years for Nana. 2020, 24 years for Nana. 2020 years for Nana. What can you grant it? Papa me dream it to a manana. Dedication it. Papa me dream it to a manana. One blade, one down, get to a manana. Push a baby, I'm not dissing me to a manana. What's your Nana dissing 2020? Yeah, but to a man. Dedication yeah, to a man. One blade, one down. Yeah, but to a man. Next sitting on a way. Nana to a battery. Great na creation. Nana create your mind. Say, when swap. Nana dream one mind. When you green book, you grow clutch them. Wasting them confirm. You talk about Kina. I facing your area. You are casting your engineer Canada see. Where do you feel it? Kadochi. And I hope to say, Opianitia. Me mammy, I have fantasy. 2020. Get to a manana. 2020. 24 years for Nana. 2020. 24 years for Nana. 2020 yet to a manana. What can you grant it? Papa me dream it to a manana. Dedication it. Papa me dream it to a manana. One blade, one down, get to a manana. Push a baby, I'm not dissing me to a manana.
One district, one factory. No crew. Free education, better Ghana. Economy na sesa. Inti abua abua yehu. Yes, I did for yes. Bekana now. No I change. Oh my Ghana. Oh nana. Oh yes, more nana. Free education, abua ye. Oh yes, more. Electricity, no sujina so. Oh yes, more. Yeah, why Papa be an anaye?